When we think about healthy eating, we all hear about those standard guidelines, right? But what if those rules just weren't made for your body? That's what we're diving into today. A totally new blueprint for nutrition, one that's specifically for life in a wheelchair, where food can actually become your most powerful tool for health and independence.
So let's start with this big question. We see RDAs on basically every food label. But why aren't they the be-all and end-all for everyone? Well, it's pretty simple, actually. They're designed for what the experts call nearly all healthy individuals. And that's the key phrase. They just don't and can't account for the really unique nutritional needs that pop up with chronic health conditions.
Okay, so that leads us right into our first section. We're going to get into the why behind all this. We'll explore the real, fundamental reasons a different nutritional blueprint isn't just a nice idea, it's absolutely essential after a spinal cord injury. It all comes down to understanding the body's new reality, and then giving it exactly what it needs to really thrive. So check this out. This gives us a great side-by-side look. Over here, you've got your standard RDAs, the stuff for the general population. But then, on the other side, you see the very specific needs for someone with a spinal cord injury. And here's the bottom line. An SCI can cause all sorts of nutrient deficiencies and puts these really unique demands on the body, demands that standard advice just wasn't built to handle.
And this right here, this is why getting this right is so critical. I mean, we're not talking about small stuff. Look at this list. These are serious secondary health complications that can show up. Things like pressure sores, osteoporosis, even cardiovascular disease. The stakes are just incredibly high, which means the right nutrition isn't just a good idea, it becomes your #1 line of defense.
All right, so that brings us to our next big topic, recalibrating your calories. Think of it like this. After a spinal cord injury, the body's engine, its metabolic rate, it often slows down. A big reason for that is a loss of active muscle. So what does that mean? It means you're just not burning as many calories. And if you stick to the same old eating habits, well, that can easily lead to weight gain. And that brings a whole new set of problems with it.
So, okay, how do you figure out the new number? This table gives us a really solid, evidence-based place to start. Let's take an example. For a 150-pound person with paraplegia, you're looking at a target of about 1,900 calories a day. Now, for someone with quadriplegia, it's even lower, closer to 1,500. And wow, that is a big drop from what's usually recommended, but it's tailored specifically to the body's new, real-world energy needs. And hey, this isn't just a bunch of numbers on a chart. Check out this powerful real-world story from Brent. He really points to two key things he did, upping his protein and seriously cutting back on grains. And the result? He lost 40 pounds in just 20 weeks. It just goes to show you how incredibly effective a targeted, smart change to your diet can be. But listen, it's not all about calories. That's only part of the puzzle. So now, let's shift gears and talk about the specific micronutrients. The vitamins and minerals that are kind of like a power-up for your body. The things that can help fight off some of those serious health complications we mentioned earlier. First on the list, protein. Seriously, think of protein as your body's personal, on-call repair crew. A diet that's high in protein is just non-negotiable for keeping your skin healthy. It plays this huge role in healing wounds and preventing skin from breaking down, especially when it comes to pressure sores, which, as you know, are a massive concern.
And the great thing is, getting that protein in doesn't have to be a chore. It can be delicious. We're talking about things like lean meats, fish, eggs, and legumes. These should really be a cornerstone of your diet. Making sure you've got enough is one of the best proactive things you can do to keep your skin healthy.
Okay, next up, let's talk calcium. I like to call it the bone defender. See, when you can't bear weight on your legs, the risk for osteoporosis, that's when bones get weak and brittle, it just skyrockets. So calcium, and you gotta have vitamin D with it, becomes absolutely crucial for helping your body hang on to its bone mass and strength.
Then yeah, we all think of dairy, right? But don't sleep on dark leafy greens. Things like kale and broccoli are just packed with calcium. So mixing it up and including a variety of these foods is a fantastic strategy for protecting your bones for the long haul.
And we absolutely cannot forget about one of the simplest yet most powerful things you can consume. Water. Just plain old water. Aiming for about 6 to 8 cups of fluids a day is so important. It helps flush bacteria out of the urinary tract, which helps prevent infections, and it's essential for digestion and keeping constipation at bay. It's a true multitasker. Okay, so
knowing what to eat is one thing, but what about actually making it? The how can be just as important, right? So our next section is all about the practical stuff, the tools and gadgets that can really empower independence in the kitchen and make all this healthy eating stuff truly accessible.
So when we say adapted kitchen utensil, what are we even talking about? It's really simple. It's just any tool that's been tweaked or modified to make cooking and eating easier and safer. The whole idea behind these innovations is to build independence and to make sure everyone can actually enjoy the process of making their own meals.
Let's look at a great example, the rocker knife. Instead of that back-and-forth sawing you have to do with a regular knife, you just use a simple rocking motion to slice through food. It takes way less force, and it can be a whole lot safer for anyone with limited hand strength or control.
And then, if you pair that with something like a pronged cutting board, oh man, food prep gets even easier. The board has these little prongs that stick up and hold your food, like a potato or an onion, rock steady. This is an absolute game changer for anyone who needs to cut with one hand. It gives you that stability and safety you need.
And what about for the act of eating itself? Well, easy grip utensils can make a night and day difference. They have these bigger, sometimes weighted handles, and they're designed to help if you have limited dexterity or maybe some tremors. It's all about making mealtime a more independent and, honestly, a more enjoyable experience.
So, when you put it all together, getting the calories right, focusing on the key nutrients, using the right tools, it all leads us to this final and I think most important idea. This stuff isn't about a bunch of restrictive rules or chores. No way. It's about making food your ally. It's about using nutrition as a powerful form of empowerment.
I absolutely love this quote. It just perfectly sums up the whole message, doesn't it? Food has the amazing ability to help restore balance in your body and enhance your body's inherent healing potential. It's not just fuel to get you through the day. It's a way to bring your body back into balance, to boost its natural ability to heal. It's a way to proactively take the wheel when it comes to your own health.
So I want to leave you with this question. After everything we've just talked about, from dialing in your calories to harnessing the power of protein, to the simple genius of a tool like a rocker knife, how can you start making food your strongest ally?